Okay, good afternoon. It is Monday, January the 29th, 2023. I'm sitting in the cafeteria area of my site. And so I've been working a little bit on finishing up this activity that I started last week. So I tried to finish up today. So I'm going to share it. So I kind of came around here. So this is the notebook that I'm working on. So this is what I started last week. So you can see I started working on the question types that are going to be asked for STAR. And you notice I talked about the 7 genre types for the reading LA and then the writing components. Types of questions that are going to be asked. And so I did this video about, it's so beautiful, and look how gorgeous it is. Gorgeous in here. Just nice and peaceful. A few people in here, but that's it. So it's talking about how on the STAR there's 7 genre types tested and the different types. There's homophones and all that and everything. So I just analyzed. So I took a moment to analyze the STAR test. You know, the 4th grade. I said this before, but just to review it, the 4th grade 2020, the one that was done last year, the release test. So I just analyzed every single question type they're going to ask, and that's how I was able to summarize all this in this little thing. Very helpful. It's going to be very helpful to teachers that use it because it just tells you every single thing they're going to need for STAR, like everything. So just real quick, and so this is what I just finished up today. So that's what I want to show you guys real quick. So everything they're going to need for STAR for the writing for the eligible questions, for STAR. So, and this is very important that I added that to the writing component. So this is what I did. I created this kind of like sample rough draft for them to write for the STAR. For one type of written response they could do, they could start practicing for STAR. And then also this other type, they could start practicing. So I took the STAR test and I just summarized as, just a sample of 3 types of questions they might get that are eligible for STAR. So I just finished that up today. So I started that last week and I finished up today. I had to cut and paste it because it was like problems with the printing of it or whatever. But it's really good. Like I'm proud of myself because it's like it'll be very helpful to teachers that receive it because it just sums up everything they need to know for the STAR. These are eligible for the STAR test, like the eligible objectives, because there's numerous objectives that are required that they were supposed to teach and help the students master. But these are the ones that are eligible for the STAR. So that's why it's a really wonderful, powerful tool because teachers can look at this and see, have I taught my students all this? Do they have all this information? And then if they do, then they'll be ready for STAR. See, I'm telling you, you don't got to do tutoring. If you work with Sarah Shannon, you don't got to do tutoring. I give you, if you give me the time and in kids' classes, sitting there listening and doing what I ask them to do, and I have the proper resources and tools I need to be able to do it, I'm telling you, they can learn by the end of the year, if we have the time and everything works out. So, and then I also put this from Leap Forward resource. These are the 4 question types, so I just want to add this. But anyway, so just to sum up. So again, this is just what I've created, and so just to sum this up, whatever. I just added Bloom's taxonomy to this. I just added that component. These are the 4 question types. It's going to be started. That's from Leap Forward. That's not mine. And so these are, I want to work this one. I did this in fiction. I started working on a nonfiction one. The academic vocabulary review, verbal response questions. They can get in the corner with the partner and practice. They can practice the verbal questions for STAR. They will be asked. They can improve upon their communication skills as well as at the same time practice their private objectives in a with the partner. So that verbal questioning, this is the first course questioning. It gives them the opportunity to practice the written requirements. They're writing it down. They're practicing with the partner verbally. They're doing a lot of different activities. This is from Leap Forward, the Teacher Learn Report. I just added this. This is really cool. I saw this from Leap Forward as well. This is not mine. So this is our question types that are based on Bloom's taxonomy that students need to master. Again, similar to my verb response questioning sheet that I created this. I noticed this is similar to that. So notice that they're asking the kids to work with a partner or with themselves, how you want to do it, and they're giving them those academic vocabulary words that are Bloom's taxonomy. So I like that. That's really wonderful. This is all for Leap Forward. Mine I created is more specific toward the STAR test. Like that's wonderful because that talks about Bloom's taxonomy. Bloom's taxonomy. His philosophy is that students start at the bottom. When teachers planning an instruction, this is practice first for me. So when teachers are planning a lesson, they start at the bottom with knowledge, and they basically working on a particular objective focus when they're planning their instruction, when they're reflected upon how they're going about teaching the instructions. They start at the bottom level of his taxonomy. It's like this triangle, and then they move up to higher levels of learning levels. Start at knowledge, and they move up to comprehension, then they go to application, and then go to analysis, and then go to I think it's synthesis next, and then the last one is evaluation, which in each one has a certain level. So the teacher builds upon each block, so to speak, and goes higher and higher up with questioning types and various comprehension strategies used to help students to master the material. So knowledge level course is very basic. You might have students restate the information you're teaching them. Then you build upon that with the comprehension. You make sure students understand and can repeat it back to you, can retell it in their own words. Do they understand what they learned? And then you build upon that, and then you go higher and higher. You apply. Can the students apply it in another format or another way? Can they look at it in a different format and then apply it? Can they give an example or show that they really understand it and apply it in an authentic manner? And then upon that, you start, making, I think the next one is analysis. Analysis, I believe. I'm sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. So, knowledge, comprehension, application, and the next one is I think it's synthesis. I think this, and then so that one I think it's when you predictions, you draw conclusions. See, it's just the objectives that we're supposed to learn. It's like inferencing and drawing conclusions and making predictions and things like that. It's just the same thing. It's just in a different way. Different researchers use the basic methods that young people need to learn as they build upon those and go up higher levels and build upon the foundation. But it's always done. It's done in different ways based on the individual. You know what I'm saying? And then the last one, of course, I believe is evaluation, when you judge and you get to the point where you judge, or you evaluate and you critique. That's the highest level. And so that's Bloom's taxonomy. But my verbal response question sheet and then many of my activities, like with the purpose correspondence sheet that I created, are based more specifically on STAR, which are similar to many of those. It's more specific to a STAR, which really includes all of those anyway. It's just kind of a different way, like I stated, of putting it. So look here and see like this. These are from Lead Forward. This is another student learning report that I learned from Lead Forward. The teachers can use with the students in the classroom. The system, do they know this information? And so I got that from Lead Forward. So notes I wrote myself on practice studying the STAR, and you saw this before. I took the questions, and so just as a little quick review of this and stuff, I already did it before. Practice purposes for my curriculum that I wrote myself. Again, those objectives that you'll see again. I'm going to update that. Like this is central idea now, not main idea. It's just switch. It's like I said, it's really the same, but it's just switch. Throughout the years they switch, but they're all kind of the same. They just state them in a different way, or they rearrange them in a different way, but it's really general because it's what the students at this foundational level need to be able to master at that particular age group. So it's based on research and the brain type, of ability that average students at that particular age level need to be able to master that particular. So it's just a different ways of doing this. Is also only for the quick check response, similar to the multiple response strategies that many teachers use in schools. And so these are some accommodations, gifted and talented characteristics I put in here. These are not mine. I put on mine, and then this is my story, The Real Princess. I did before that. I got using Book Creator. I created myself, and I used the Book Creator components to be able to add to this. Really cool. Look at the cool pictures. Look at that. And it actually reads it to the kids. You write the story, reads it to them, and create these all cool features. And then they can take the link and give it to their parents or their co-workers, co-classmates, and really fun. Other stories that I wrote. I said I just transferred it over my story, but transferred it over with these cool pictures and features from Book Creator. Wonderful program. I love that so much. And then that's the last one that I did. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This one. Get this several years ago. I changed the name of it. I don't know why I did that. I changed the name of it several years ago, but this is really one that's kind of familiar on Amelia Bedelia that I love. It's so fun. Real cute. I heard Amelia Bedelia, really funny one. And then these are some skits I did several years ago. Once again, repetition, presenting information in a variety of different ways. So it's not just doing worksheets all day. They might do a skit, they might do a song, they might play a game, they might do a graphic organizer, they might be doing an activity like the verbal response question sheet. They might, there's a variety of ways that you can present the information. And then these are the writing extension, ELA. The STAR test does include the short constructive response and various writing types, what I just showed you. So these are one of the assessments I created. I just pulled out to put in this little summary thing I did on Kelly's. I don't think fact picking is not one of the current objectives that are tested in fourth grade from what I understand, but this is something I created several years ago. I just put that in there, just a quick little assessment. And actually I've written many more assessments that I did not add yet. I'm going to add those when I get a chance to do those. So yeah. So as you can see, I'm really, getting stuff together and organized, and so, yeah, I'm getting myself together and, really updating what I've already written many years ago and combining it with the current required objectives, and then combining those all together to create a very strong foundation. So whenever I go do what I'm going to be doing, I'll be ready. God is good. Bye.